Hi guys, today we are fishing a proper river. Usually I'm a small creek fisherman high up in the mountains, little streams you can easily walk across. This is bigger than what I normally fish, but should be fun. I have fished this river once before. I don't remember if it's made its way into a Tenkara Addict video. I fished it several years ago and caught a few fish as it was getting dark, and I've been neglecting it ever since, so today is the day to rectify that. And I'm going to be fishing this river with this rod. This is the Dragontail Ragnarok 400. This is a 400 centimeter or about 13 foot long Tenkara rod. I have fished with it once before. Again, it never made it into a Tenkara Addict video. If I can find the footage of me catching the one fish that I've caught with this rod, I'll put it here. I know there are fish in here. There we go. It's a brook trout, I think. Let's carefully lay the rod down. Don't want to get any nicks in it. All right, first fish, guys. A brook trout in this. You can see the pool better now, and you can see the water droplets on the water, I'm guessing. It's about an 8-inch brook trout. See you, buddy. This rod was sent to me by Brent from Dragontail last year to fish with, and I just haven't gotten around to it, so we are gonna rectify that also today. I have a 13-foot line on here and a black and gold kebari, size 12. There is a road, kind of a main dirt road over on that side of the river, but I drove in on this side, so you'll probably see some cars, some RVs, some campers, some trucks driving by occasionally. This is roadside river fishing. And I'm going to be focusing on seams, on eddies, pockets below boulders, above boulders, that sort of thing. When I fished this the one time before, I think I caught brown, rainbow, and brook trout out of it. And I think there are also cutthroat in here, so it's anyone's guess as far as what we're going to catch. It's all in here. But this rod casts pretty nicely. I like how it casts. I think this rod is basically a replacement to the Nirvana 400 rod by Dragontail. I never really liked that rod, and so I didn't fish with it very often. It was, I think, the second or third Tenkara rod I ever owned, but I just didn't really like it. It never really clicked for me. I think that rod has been discontinued, and this is the replacement, and this is a much better rod in my opinion. Oh, fish on! Looks like a brown trout. Got him. Yeah, that was just a couple of minutes of fishing. Awesome. That's actually a very brown trout. It's about 10 inches long. See ya, buddy. Beautiful. That is awesome. Let's keep fishing. This is actually the second stream I've fished today. I started off fishing a creek over there, and it just did not go well. No fish in there, and about 1 trillion mosquitoes. I'm surprised they didn't pick me up and carry me off. The mosquitoes aren't quite as bad here. Yeah, if you're looking for a rod in this size class, this is a good one to consider. I can recommend this rod. I think that this rod can handle pretty substantial fish. That last fish that I caught was not, not the biggest fish in the world, and it was still a fun fight. I could still feel the fish on there. It wasn't just like, pull the rod back and the fish comes rolling in. I like this rod. I know that this isn't a huge river in the grand scheme of things, but as far as stuff that I normally fish, this is about as big as I like fishing. Also, with bigger bodies of water, I mean, they're just more accessible. I mean, there are roads on both sides of this one. There are more people. I just don't like being around people. And that's one of the reasons I gravitate toward creeks that, you know, you will never see anyone else fishing. Plus, I just think they're more fun. But something like this, it has kind of creek characteristics. I like that it's a little bit of a higher gradient here. You've got lots of pocket water, you've got big boulders. I like that. This is the type of water that I like fishing, just kind of scaled up a little bit. Fish on. I was watching the end of the line and it just got yanked down all of a sudden. That point where the line meets the tippet, I keep that out of the water and I focus on it. What do we have here? Another brown trout. This one has some nice red spots on it. See you, buddy. About the same size as the last one. That fish was right above this semi-submerged boulder, just in that, again, that little pillow, that little pocket, right in front of it, right above it. This rod doesn't cast quite as well as the higher end Japanese rod, like an Oni rod, for example. Is it the Oni type 1 or type 2 that's this length? I can never remember, but that, I mean, that's like the pinnacle of 13-foot Tenkara rods. This doesn't feel like that, but this is a good rod, and you can actually get replacement parts for a rod like this. That's always the tricky part about Japanese Tenkara rods. Maybe you can get replacement pieces if you break a section, but maybe not. You never really know. Oh, had a little guy on. Just a little tap on the line. I thought it might have been a rock at first, but then it happened again. It was like a little 3-inch fish. Fish on. What is it? It's a little brown trout. Nice. Huh, interesting. It's been all brown trout so far. See you, buddy. Take a 5-incher. Fish on. We have an audience. Yes, I think this is something else. This looks like a rainbow. Yep, little rainbow trout. About 6 or 7 inches. See ya, buddy. There's a nice pool just above this boulder. That's where I'd be if I were a fish. Fish on. Oh. Looks like a rainbow, maybe? Looks a little bit more silvery than yellow. Yep, that's a rainbow. See ya, buddy. Nice. Well, I mean, the fish aren't huge in here, but if you guys have watched the channel, you know that that's fine with me. I don't really care about fish size. I'm more interested usually, like I always say, in creek size versus fish size. Or basically, I want to fish the kind of water that I want to fish, and then, you know, whatever fish I happen to find in there is great. I've been fishing for about an hour, and it's been pretty quiet the last 20 minutes. I haven't caught anything in 20-25 minutes. The nature of the stream has changed a little bit. There are fewer, nicer pools in this section that I've been fishing. But I hope we can still get something else before we need to get out of here. Fish on. I just blindly cast into the shadow of this boulder. Oh, we're stuck on a twig. I might have lost him. Yeah, darn it, the fish. Wow, my fly is just mangled. Yeah, I cast the fly into this section over here, and the fish must have been underneath the bank here. Darn it. Again, I haven't really caught a fish in a while, so I really wanted to catch that one. Maybe we can get something a little bit farther back. There's so many bugs. Something over here, maybe? Fish on. Underneath the boulder, bigger fish. I don't know if it's big. Oh, it's big. It's big. 14 inches maybe? Oh, darn it. Darn it. I mean, that was, I said 14 inches, but I mean, that was a bigger fish. That was a much bigger fish than what I've been catching. That was in the teens for sure. Easily could have been 16, maybe even 18 inches. Oh man, I couldn't get it out from under there, from under the boulder, and then I think I got caught on that log that's stuck under the boulder, and the fly just came off. Oh man, that's a little bit heartbreaking, not gonna lie. By far the biggest fish I've seen on this stream. Oh man. Oh, hang on a second. No, the fly is gone. The fly came off. Looks like it just, I don't know if the fish's teeth cut the line or what, or cut the tippet, but yeah, there's no fly on here. Oh man. I just tied another one on, another black and gold kebari. I don't think it's really worth trying this again. I mean, that fish certainly is not going to come out again, but I mean, you have to try, right? You have to have a little bit of hope. I also saw that big fish scared another kind of medium-sized fish, so whatever was under here is long gone now. Oh, I'm just gutted. That is heartbreaking. And yeah, like, I don't really care about fish size. I'm happy catching tiny fish, but I like catching big fish if they happen to present themselves, you know? Like, I'm not anti-big fish. Oh, man. Well, I think let's catch one more. Let's catch something out of here. I'm gonna mark this on the map, mark this on the GPS on my phone. I will come back here someday for a round 2 with that fish. Oh! Okay, well that didn't take too long. It's jumping all around. Let's bring him over. He's fighting. It's not a big fish, but he's fighting hard. I'm just using the bend in the rod to keep the pressure on. Okay, we got him. Pretty nice fish. Look at that beauty. Look at those pretty par marks on there. That makes up a little bit for missing the fish on that boulder. Well guys, soul crushing loss of that fish aside, I had a great time. That was a lot of fun. I caught 6 fish in about an hour and 20 minutes. Not bad for some water that I've never fished before. And I enjoyed fishing with this rod too. The Dragontail Ragnarok is a good rod. No complaints. I would happily fish with it again. It just disappears and lets you get on with your fishing. Can't ask for much more than that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned because I will fish that boulder again at some point in the future. And I'll see you in the next one.